Cheers, guys. Epix 911, welcome to the Elitist Geek VR news for Sunday, December 4th, 2016. Let's jump right into VR, guys. Start with the Oculus Touch, which some of you lucky buggers may already even have in your possession. And to you guys, I give you my get the hell off my lawn, old man, angry fist wave. But seriously, I say that only because I am 100% bitter and envious, you lucky buggers. But seriously, if you did, you are lucky. Let us know. Love to hear from you in the comments below. The rest of you probably waiting for this week. And then there's idiots like myself. I thought I'd signed up for the pre-order, went to check on my confirmation email, realized I actually hadn't. It was something else entirely. Did it on November 21st, and as a result, don't get mine this week. I've got to wait about 2 to 3 weeks to get mine. So I will just wait patiently on the sidelines and see how this launch unfolds. Because head of content from Oculus, Jason Rubin, looking back at the launch and then looking forward at the time to the Touch launch, said this: the Rift shipping issue hit us internally, and all at the last minute. It wasn't something we were hiding. It was something that struck us out of the blue in our process that created the problem. Judge us on our Touch launch. And I have no doubt there will be many who will do exactly that. Now, with that said, I wish Oculus only the best. I hope it goes smooth. It would be nice if it goes smooth. They just picked a hell of a month to make that assurance in, because there's a lot of stuff that gets shipped around in December, but we'll see how it unfolds. Like I said, I hope it goes well. Next up, Nokia's OZO camera, providing the company with a bit of a foothold in virtual reality, an industry that before this they haven't really been too involved in. You mention Nokia to most people, even though they are a very diversified company. They are still on the top 500 list. I think as of 2013, they were 274th, but still most people are going to know them for cellular phones, right? The mobility side of their business, not the rest of what they do in communications. And they're going to know about the plummet from 53% some odd market share in 2007 to under 5% by 2012, which is a huge drop. Well, like I said, they are a very diverse company, and OZO is one of those examples of them trying different things. It's also clearly, and I've said this before when I talked about the OZO, aimed at the home consumer market. It's aimed at enterprise level, commercial use. Even with the $15,000 US reduction to $45,000, it's still an expensive piece of kit. But make no mistake, I've seen footage from this thing, and it's leagues better than the Gear 360, which is consumer grade gear for 360. So they've got a good product. If you look at the design aspects, and they talk about that in this article, they purposely kind of mimicked the human skull and the placement of those cameras to create something that feels very naturally 360 when you experience it. So wish them luck, as with Oculus, and hopefully they do find a market for that type of device. Next up, being able to explore the White House in virtual reality thanks to their new, the new 1600 app, and 1600 in reference to the White House's address of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The app is the brainchild of a few people, among them the current White House press secretary, Josh Earnest, and they wanted the experience to be fun, not purely educational, not come across as, and this is their exact words, a grade 5 homework assignment. And no, I mean, you can do the expected stuff. You can take your tours, the lawn, sections of the White House, but you can also experience things like when they have heads of state visiting the White House and the state arrival ceremony, for example. So very cool. Those, people who are into that, and love to see famous government buildings like the White House in the United States. Give it a look. It's on both Apple iOS Store and Google's Play Store for Android. The only other thing you need is a $1 US bill. So you launch the app, put that in the viewfinder, and away you go. Not sure if a screenshot of a dollar bill counts. No idea. If anybody's tried it, let me know. But still, cool, neat concept. Next up, interested in your guys' opinions on this. Not that I'm too tired to constantly talk about this stuff, but it does get tiring, guys. So this is an article by Angela Buckingham on aeon.co. I found the article on theweek.com website titled "Murder in Virtual Reality Should Be Illegal." And if you read the article, it's filled with a lot of facepalm in there, and it comes across really strongly as someone who has never even tried virtual reality. And it just reminds me of all those previous times, right? Like I said, Gen X, Dungeons and Dragons. It is evil, blah, 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 check. Music is evil, especially rock music and heavy metal and, gangster rap. Ozzy Osbourne's Suicide Solution actually went to trial because some individuals wanted to blame the song and said it was responsible. If you actually read the lyrics, you'll see it has nothing to do with what their claims were, but I digress. It's on and on. Video games. And now I suppose it's virtual reality's turn. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? You guys pretty much know what my thoughts are on that. So I'm just going to move on, and hopefully it just goes away, like all those other examples. That's my hope. All right, next up, interesting from a scientific point of view, an organization that, unlike the previous one I was just talking about, uses the scientific method and research to, come up with conclusions, theories, that sort of thing. These guys are the Riken Institute for Brain Science in Japan, and Notaka Fuji, who's a researcher in that institute, is using virtual reality in some interesting ways. And what they're doing is seeing if they can substitute memories. So it's not implanting memories like in the science fiction movie Total Recall. It's more substituting. And what they do is they'll start off, think of it as using the Vive with its camera mode, where you see the real world around you in 360. And then at some point during that, they sub in, without the participant being aware of it, an altered reality, like a substitute reality. It may have different people in there, maybe that they can interact with. They're watching something visually. Maybe they're outside the building somewhere live at first, and then in that substituted state. And what the researchers are studying is how and can the brain get tricked into creating false memories. In other words, memories that aren't as a result of actual real life experiences, but substituted experience. In fact, they're calling it substitute reality as opposed to augmented or virtual or the things that we speak about commonly. So I thought that was a really neat study, and that is the type of thing that's going to benefit virtual reality, not throwing about stuff. And I know, I'm a little sarcastic with the previous one, but it just drives me bonkers when conclusions are reached without doing the legwork, right? Especially if it's without personal experience. Now, for all I know, she may have in fact tried it, but it sure reads like she hasn't tried it. So anyways, there we are, guys. That's it for Sunday. Oculus Touch Week this week. Again, those of you who are getting one this week or maybe already have one, you guys are lucky buggers. Wish I was you guys, but I'm going to have to wait a little bit. As always, cheers, and definitely catch you on the VR flip side.